Morning everyone, this is Iosif, analyst at IronFX, bringing you the morning comment for the 29th of January. Progress in the NAFTA negotiations. Officials seem to have made some progress regarding the NAFTA agreement and will hold a press conference most probably later on today. US Trade Representative Lighthizer stated that he is hopeful about the talks, however realizes that a lot of work needs to be done. Meanwhile, media report that the collapse in the NAFTA agreement could hurt heavily US farmers, highlighting US interest in keeping the NAFTA agreement alive. On other news, Canadian plane maker Bombardier Incorporated won a major US case on Friday as a US court rejected a Boeing complaint. Government officials stated that the court ruling underscores the importance of free trade at a time when the NAFTA negotiations move at a slowed pace. Mexico Economy Minister Guarjado said that there is a window of opportunity to strike a deal from February to July, and it could be implied that negotiations could continue beyond the deadline of March and close to the Mexican elections. We expect any positive news or outcome of the negotiations to strengthen US dollar, Canadian dollar, Mexican peso, as all three economies have to gain on a win-win-win situation. The US dollar CAD moved in a sideways manner in the past few days, staying mostly below but close to the 1.2350 resistance line. We see the case for the pair to continue to trade in a sideways manner in the short term, with a light bearish tone, as it could remain under the downward trend line, which started to formulate since the 19th of December. Should the bears take the reins on the pair's direction, we could see it breaking the 1.2250 support line and aim for the 1.21 support level. Should the bulls take the driver's seat, we expect the pair to break the 1.2350 resistance line and maybe even break the 1.2450 resistance zone. On other news, Brexit negotiations could accelerate. UK Brexit negotiators could attempt to launch a new round of Brexit negotiations as early as next week in an effort to agree a swift deal on the transition period. The EU negotiating team replied its readiness to accept the UK team anytime this week. The aim is for an interim accord by March 22nd, 23rd, when the EU leaders will hold a summit. On other news, the Brexit law is about to be discussed in the UK Upper House, as pressures on Theresa May increase. Any positive news regarding the Brexit negotiations could have a positive impact on GBP. Cable posted some gains on Friday, however it had a gradual correction later on to drop below the 1.4175 resistance level. We see the case for the pair to continue to trade in a slightly bearish tone for the short term, as the pair seems to be testing or even breaching the upward trend line which marked the pair's direction since the 11th of January. The case is also supported by a 1-hour chart time frame of the pair, where the price seems to test a 100 moving average line which had supported the price since the 11th of January. Should the pair come under selling interest, we could see it breaking the 1.4040 support line and aim for the 1.3875 support barrier. On the other hand, should the pair come under buying interest, it could break the 1.4175 resistance line and aim for the 1.4325 resistance hurdle. As for today's other economic highlights, during the US session, we get the US Personal Consumption Expenditure Index for December, and later on New Zealand's trade balance also for December. As for the rest of the week, on Tuesday we get Germany's HICP rate and the US Consumer Confidence. On Wednesday, all eyes will be on the Fed, as the FOMC will decide on its interest rate. And the star of the week will come on Friday, as the US employment report for January will be released with a non-farm payroll figure and is expected to move the market. For more information, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Iosif, analyst at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.